Good morning, second grade. Today's math lesson is going to look a little bit different than they have the past couple days because today is the end of our module, which means we are done working on arrays and equal groups. So we have an assessment to see how you guys do. Now I know we haven't been in school, so do not worry. This assessment isn't going to count for just a grade or anything, but Machine and I just want to see what you know right now. Okay, so I'm going to walk through the assessment so you guys know exactly what to do, and then either you can print it out and turn in pictures, you can write it out, you can work in Google Classroom, or you can work in Seesaw, but please make sure you turn it back into us just so we understand what you know right now. Okay, number 1, it says, does the picture below show an even or odd number of teddy bears? Explain your thinking using pictures, numbers, or words in the box on the right. So you can explain how you know in this box if it's even or odd. Okay, so like you can be circling groups, you can draw an array to show each one has a pair, you can write something out, and then you can explain your thinking in words here. I know this number is even because blank. So think about all the different ways that we've been using to describe if a number is even or odd. You can even go back to like yesterday's video. We talked about that a lot yesterday if you're confused. All right, number 2, complete this array. So you're drawing lines to complete the array. The first column and the last row have been done for you. So you guys are just going to continue to draw those lines until you have a complete array. It shows you how many rows you should have here on the side and how many columns you should have in those first and last rows and columns already. Okay, B is kind of similar. It says, using the entire rectangle, draw 3 rows of 5 squares. The first row is done for you. Then write a repeated addition sentence that describes your array. So you're creating your array within this square. It should have 3 rows of 5. So the first row of 5 is already done, and I started drawing the first column for you right here. So you guys are continuing to complete the array and then writing a repeated addition equation here that matches. This next one says Henry drew the rectangle using 12 squares. Draw a different rectangle using 12 squares. So Henry's is right here. He used 2 rows of 6. Think about if you have 12 squares, how else you can create another rectangle. It can be just rotating this rectangle. It can be a different amount of rows and columns. Just your total should be 12, and they should be in equal groups. Number 3 says complete each sentence. Explain your thinking using pictures, words, or numbers. So I wrote here to remind you you can draw or write. The first one says 2 groups of 4 make blank. So that one's pretty easy. You're going to make 2 groups of 4 to show your total. And then B is blank groups of 2 make 6. So this is where it gets a little confusing. 6 is your total, and you know they're going to be groups of 2. So you have to tell me how many groups we're going to need. Last page. Alex says that 14 is an even number. Do you agree with him? Explain your thinking using pictures, numbers, or words. So you're just going to show how the number 14 is even. You can write it like we did in the first one. I know 14 is even because. Or you can draw 14 out in an array to show that each number has a pair. Whatever you want to do, or like circling groups, whatever you want to do to show that 14 is even is fine by me. B, draw an array using 14 squares in 2 rows. The rows have been drawn for you. So this line down the middle here is separating the rows. So this is the first row, this is the second row, and then I started drawing the first column for you. When you're done, your array should have 14 squares in total. Lastly, Alex has 14 pencils. He gives all his pencils to his 2 friends. Each friend gets the same number of pencils. How many pencils did each friend get? Explain your thinking using pictures, numbers, or words. So a total of 14 pencils. I want you to draw dots to show the pencils, and I put an area for friend 1 and friend 2. How are you going to split those pencils up so each friend has an equal amount? All right, guys, good luck, and remember to reach out if you have any questions. This is not for a grade. It's just to show us what you know. You're awesome.